couple weeks back, I put together a list of the projections for my airdrop farming this year, and I'd like to take you through it, give you an update. Because we had the AEVO airdrop today, I'm going to show you what I made versus my projections, but also what's coming up next from Polyhedra and other airdrops coming very soon. Welcome back to All Things EVM, where we talk about passive income via yield farming and airdrops. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more content just like this. Let's get on into it. So this is the list that I put together a couple weeks ago. I did post this on X, and I think I've gone over this at least in one other video, but I haven't really focused much on it yet, and because there wasn't much filled out, to be honest. But we've got some new airdrops in here and some projections that I'd like to talk about. And so this is what I'm farming, guys, and these are the projections that I'd like to get at. I started farming Friendtech back in August, the first week that it came out, and I am expecting a pretty good drop on that one in particular. Now, Whales Market actually has each point at about $2.50 to $3 per right now. And I did make about 10,000 points, so I'm hoping for a pretty significant airdrop. I think this projection is actually fairly conservative based on those metrics so far, but it's yet to be seen, and I don't want to promise you guys anything that I don't want to fulfill. So here's my projection of $10,000. Now, ZK Sync, I think I've been farming this pretty well, and if you want to check out some of the trackers, there is some trackers available. There's the Wenzer tracker, Wenzer.xyz. I like NFT Copilot, as well as RubyScore.io. All of these are going to have different trackers for ZK Sync and other possible airdrops. In fact, RubyScore is pretty great because you could actually create some more traffic by using these vote buttons. They'll give you access to more contract interactions than you otherwise would have. You can also connect your wallet and collect some of these NFTs based on points. My level is 9, but I've only collected the first 2 NFTs here, as I don't see a lot of necessity to do so, but I am ranked top 1% in the ZK Sync airdrop on this wallet, guys, so I do expect to get a fairly decent airdrop on that one. Layer 0 is actually pretty similar. I do think this one could be upwards of $10,000. I have been farming this for the last couple of years. Layer 0 has been around for some time. I've added liquidity to their pools as far as the bridge trading goes. I've done a bunch of interactions on multiple chains. Let's actually check Wenzer on this one. Layer 0 on Wenzer. Let me put in my wallet here, if I can find the right one. There it is, and let's check this one. And there's a couple of interactions that I could probably still do. I haven't yet hit $50,000 worth of bridge transactions, interacted with more than 25 smart contracts. I need to hit this before the snapshot, guys. And that will put me in a pretty high percentage ranking here. If I go to Copilot on this one and check on Layer 0, let's recheck this. It's been a couple of weeks. I am in the top 5% as far as months, 2% as far as volume, and a lot of great metrics here. Top 1% as far as destination chains. Probably do need to finish the race well and do a couple more interactions before this one has its snapshot, but I do believe we'll see that in Q2 of 2024, so that'll be a big one. Linea I've been farming, probably should lower this expectation a little bit, as I haven't been as involved in like the Linea Voyage stuff. I have collected some LXP and minted some NFTs, things like that, but I haven't been as active there. Now, the Bear Chain one, this is actually a free interaction with the testnet. This one has been pretty well farmed, though, because it is a free one, so maybe I should lower my projections there, but I'm going to keep them there for now, as these could have multiple layers of airdrop, and I do think Bear Chain in particular will have multiple seasons, if you will. Now, Mode, I've been farming this like crazy, and I just moved some new interactions there. Let me jump into my airdrop tab here and check on that. Now, I've been collecting Mode points for some time, basically since the first week, and if you got in within the first week, sent enough ETH over to via the ETH bridge, you did get a bonus round of about 5,000 points, which was huge. I did do that on 2 wallets, though I'm not sure I'll be able to claim 2, as the team has already declared that they will be very tough on Sybils, And so I did make a new interaction in Renzo this week. Some of the ETH that I bridged over to Mode, I put in Ionic to do an interaction there and to stake some of my ETH in their lending vaults. Today I took that out and then staked it in Renzo to restake rather, get some Renzo points, get some Eigenlayer points, and then I put it back into Ionic, and then I borrowed some I borrowed some stables in that, and I did some swaps within LogX, and then also in swap mode, and then added liquidity in swap mode as well. So those are some interactions that you can make on the Mode airdrop. I do know that Mode has had some other campaigns as well. I think there's a live layer 3 as well as an interact campaign that you can interact with. So sorry for the pun. And I'm pretty bullish on this new chain that I think will reward heavily to active users and non-Sybils. So again, the AEVO airdrop did happen today. I made 384 tokens on that at a launch price of about $3. That's just under $1,200, and the price has actually risen since to $320 right now. I could cash in for about $1,200, but I'm gonna ride this out for a little bit longer, see where the price ends up in the next couple days. But what I'm most excited about, guys, is the AEVO, the Ribbon to AEVO conversion. The price of Ribbon at current is about $1.60. And the price of AEVO, like I said, is around $320. So I'm hoping for a double up here between, staking Ribbon in the AEVO contract as AEVO, which I'll be able to vote with, as well as make 51% APR over the next couple months. And then I'll be able to unstake that in 2 months in order to cash out if I'd like to, depending on where the price is at. If it's above $2.50, guys, I'm going to be cashing out for sure. So heads up on that. I'll be sharing my realized gains in future updates of this series. All right, so Scroll is the next one on the list. I do think this is going to be a sizable airdrop. I got to go to ETH Denver, and a lot of the talk around the Scroll network was pretty big. I do think they have some significant backing, so I'm pretty excited about the Scroll airdrop. I'm also farming Zora, though I don't think it's going to be as large as some of the other chains. Mantle is going to be interesting. Mantle's token has already dropped, but they're doing a lot of token incentives with the applications that are built on that network, and I have been farming that quite a bit lately, especially the Clio application, as well as Aurelius, which is a CDP or lending platform with a over-collateralized stablecoin AUSD. I'm using AUSD and Mantle inside of the Clio exchange. Clio is a fork of Ramses on Arbitrum that I like a lot, and getting some serious rewards over here. Currently 873% on that wrapped Mantle to AUSD pool. Now this is concentrated liquidity, guys, so I may need to be rearranging this LP on occasion, but it's so worth it at that 873%. I just put this in actually this morning and up $26 on a, let's see, I think this is, about $3,500 worth of liquidity. So I'm probably going to hit at least 1% on the day today, and I love seeing those sorts of returns. So Wormhole is another one. The W token, guys, is going to be launched soon. We haven't heard a specific date yet. However, we do know how many tokens we're going to be receiving. I have a total of 2,677 among 3 different wallets. I did bridge from the Ethereum L2s to Solana via the Wormhole exchange, via the Wormhole bridges, and that's where I accumulated a lot of my points there. And current pre-market trading on AEVO for the W token is at $1.06, so I'm well over my projected here. I was really surprised to get 2,600 tokens, and my projected was at only $1,000, so I should be, as long as that pre-trading price does stay above $1, guys, I'm going to be well over my projected on that, so I'm pretty stoked. As far as other things, I'm over 2,000 O points on Orbiter. I've been doing a lot of the campaigns there. They've got a lot of, O token rewards that you can farm by doing simple back and forth sort of bridging. Bungie, I'm not sure when we're going to see that token. They haven't shown in any specific programs, but I have been farming Bungie for a very long time. Been using Bungie really for about 3 years now. Since it launched, and it's a bridge aggregator, which has been great, and it actually gives you exposure to things like layer 0 as well. Now Li-Fi or Jumper, the Jumper bridge has been great, and they have announced that they will for sure be doing a token launch sometime this year, so look out for that. You can now bridge to Solana as well using Jumper, so I recommend doing that. One of the things that I faded on Wormhole actually was going to the Cosmos chain, so if Jumper does make that a possibility, I will be jumping into that as well. Now the EigenLayer one is an interesting one. I think a lot of more people in this space are going to be getting much larger allocations of the EigenLayer points than I have. I've actually done a little bit more yield farming in this space using Pendle. I've used KelpDAO to restake some ETH, and then I put that into Pendle. When you use the PT tokens on Pendle, you forfeit all of your points, but you get a higher yield on your underlying. So I actually made about $200, $300 per ETH when I put those in. I believe the price of ETH was at like $2,400. The transaction was like buying ETH at $2,000 when the actual price was at $400. So I made about $400 per ETH at that point. Now, will that be worth it overall? I don't know, especially with gas prices the way they are. Unwinding that contract could take up a good amount of gas and negate some of that reward. You know, my philosophy in this channel is all about staking ETH and growing that ETH stack, and then lending it and farming with all of the borrowed tokens. So stacking my ETH was really huge on that PT, but I am also using Renzo and METH on Mantle and on Mode, as well as other chains. I think I'm staking Renzo on the Ethereum network as well. And in both of those cases, I am accruing Eigenpoints. So I do expect to see hopefully about $1,000 worth of Eigenpoints. We'll see. Hyperlane is probably going to be later this year as far as token drops go. They're a little bit newer of a bridge, but Polyhedra is going to be similar to the W token or the Wormhole token. I've been using Polyhedra quite often to jump in and out of ZK networks. In particular, their ZK bridge is probably one of the most popular bridges for ZK networks like Scroll and ZK EVM stuff. So I do expect a decent drop there. I've minted some NFTs and sent those via their NFT bridges as well. So, and then D-Bridge again is another bridge protocol. I've just kind of put these all at $1,000 and hope to see, kind of hope for the best. Again, I was way underestimating on the Wormhole airdrop, so let's see if we can do the same on all of these other ones. Now, I should probably lower my expectations on Tensor. I haven't farmed this quite as much as I'd like to. Tensor is on Solana, and I don't spend a lot of time in that ecosystem. KelpDAO, I did make quite a few KelpDAO points before I jumped into that PT RS ETH position on Pendle, so I should get a decent allocation on KelpDAO. Rabby, this might be an underestimation. I think I'll get a lot of points. In fact, let's check my Rabby wallet and show you how many points I'm currently holding. If you go to your Rabby wallet, I'm not going to take the time to sign this, but I've already got 9,700 points in the Rabby points campaign, and I do think, that should be, maybe 50 cents a token. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm hoping for at least 800 there. The Phantom wallet will, hopefully eventually have an airdrop. Superform is an interesting one, guys. I haven't talked about this on the channel yet, but I did use that the other day. Superform is an interesting yield aggregator. I think it's using some sort of layer 0 type technology in order to use the value of a token on one on any network really, and then bridge it into and then use the asset's value for collateral in a yield farming program. Like Sommelier is a great example, Morpho Blue, all these different Ethereum chain yield protocols. You're actually able to use assets like on Arbitrum and Optimism to fund these, which makes it really interesting, and it does cut down on bridge fees and these sorts of things. You're able to take advantage of multiple strategies on multiple chains in one application, which I think is really cool, and they have said that they will be doing an airdrop as well. I don't know how much it's going to be. I don't know how popular it's going to be either. I would start farming this one, guys. I haven't heard a lot about it, so there could be some serious upside if it does take off. Now, Dimension was something that I actually received from my Friendtech wallet, which was very surprising, and I am staking that, so I'm not going to have any realized yet on this position, but it did drop at just over $500 for the 80 tokens that I was airdropped, which is pretty great. I haven't farmed Hyperliquid nearly enough, but I have used it some, so I'm hoping for a little allocation there. The Rainbow wallet, I don't think that's going to be quite as big of an airdrop as maybe the Rabby wallet is, but we'll see there. I will get an allocation of about 600 pixel tokens on the Ron network for staking Ron, and currently that is worth actually closer to $600, but it launched at $1.50. And now it's trading about $2 per. I'm not going to try to realize this yet, as I do think these sorts of tokens on gaming chains tend to run up pretty massively in the bull market. Now, Zero Lend, who knows what this is going to be like, but I have amassed quite a few tokens by lending ETH in there and then borrowing as well. Now, I need to add Aurelius to this as well. Aurelius, I mentioned earlier in the video, is a lending platform or a CDP with an over-collateralized stablecoin. Now, their airdrop campaign is called SALT, and the more that you lend and borrow here, the more you're going to get SALT points. And I'm 22nd on the leaderboard right now, which is actually pretty high compared to my other ranks in most other platforms. But I've got 2,200 SALT. We'll see what that ends up airdropping to me. I'm not sure if they're going to airdrop a token specifically, or if it's going to be in their stable coin. We'll see. So I'm going to put that low on the totem, as I don't know if any of these lending platforms are going to really generate enough fees to compete with some of the others on higher up the list, but free money is free money, and if you're using these protocols, you might as well put them on the list, right? Last but not least, I got a couple left in Solana, Camino, and Parcel. I do have some Camino points, or actually a decent amount, nearly 100,000 Camino points, but I don't think these are going to be worth a ton, as well as Parcel. Parcel has been pretty well farmed, guys, and I'm only adding a little bit of liquidity there, so I don't expect a huge airdrop from them, but I wanted to put it on my list. Now, originally this list was at 69,000 total dollars, which was pretty meme-worthy, and I did get a lot of likes because of that on the post on X, but as you can see, this continues to grow, guys. I've currently made about $2,000 in airdrops just in the last month alone with these 3 different airdrops, and I do expect to make closer to $100,000 by the end of the year, with many airdrops yet to be talked about and some surprises to come. So minimum really, guys, is probably going to be about $50,000 worth of airdrops, and on the top end I do expect 100,000 plus. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you are airdrop farming. You think I am way off with my points or my projections. I'd love to hear your comments. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more airdrop content just like this. Have a great week, and God bless.